Hello everyone and welcome back. I am just parked after driving what felt like for about 100 years into the hills and middle of nowhere of Wales to come to a cabin by myself. I'm now questioning my sanity in deciding to do this. So Alex couldn't come. He was going to come, but he couldn't come in the end. So this company, Unyoked, reached out to me to come and stay at one of their cabins in the wood. And basically you park up and you walk with all your stuff to the cabin and just kind of switch off from the world. I'm very excited, but I'm also slightly nervous. But I think that's quite a good thing because it kind of makes you get outside your comfort zone. It's obviously perfectly safe. I have signal, like it's obviously like fine, but my brain goes to like horror films because I've seen too many horror films. But it's going to be a good opportunity. I've never actually done a solo trip like this really by myself, and it's going to be really nice, sort of pampering, relaxing opportunity to just feel at one with nature, get out into the wild, maybe go on a walk. I've bought some nice food from the shop, and it's going to be, yeah, hopefully a really relaxing way to switch off and just kind of connect with nature and everything. I have also picked up our new electric car for the next 6 weeks. It's on loan to us from VW, so I'll share more about that maybe when I get home, maybe in the next video. But it's lovely to drive. I've not had any issues driving it. It's been very relaxing. So yeah, I'm now going to try and pack up all my stuff and put it in the wheelbarrow and head to the cabin and hope that there are no hidden ghosts or creepy people in the woods. I just got here and it's unbelievably beautiful. I'm going to show you more of this tomorrow, but I'm blown away by how tranquil and amazing this is. So let me show you what it looks like. We have a cute little wood burner and then a king-size bed with the most incredible views. We have a full kitchen and everything is so cute and so, I don't know, everything looks like I swear everything's very sustainable and like upcycled, and they've got a composting toilet, which is going to be interesting, and then you can shower with this view. So like I said, I'll see you in the morning. I'm going to make myself some pasta and just, yeah, wind down, maybe read my book. Ah, what a dream. Oh, it stays in. Good morning. I've just jumped out the shower because I'm letting my hair mask do its thing, because you can leave it on for like 20 minutes. I don't know if I said hello this morning. Hello. I'm like stood inside the shower because this is the only place I can prop the camera. But I brought some lovely things with me on this trip because I wanted to have a proper pamper whilst I was here. and I want to share them with you. So I brought Lush Big Shampoo, which I just used, and this was such a throwback. I used to use this, and so did my sister. It's got the lovely salt in there, so it like exfoliates your scalp, and it smells heavenly. Oh my God, it just smells like holiday to me. I just cannot get over that smell. It just smells like I'm on holiday at the beach, and it's all salty in texture. And then I used the Good Karma Everybody Needs Some shower gel. I'm so excited to be working with Lush because they are a brand that I have loved for years, and they have been on my list of brands that I would love to work with because they mean so much to me. Because when I first went vegan all those years ago, they were the one brand that I knew I could get sustainable, cruelty-free vegan products from easily. And when I was younger as well, I used to try and save up so I could get Lush products because they just smelled so incredible. And I'm talking about that when I was a teenager. I'd save my pocket money so I could go to Lush. I have been using their products for so long, and if you've watched me since the no poo days, you remember that my shampoo bar of choice was Lush. I can't remember the name of the one I used to use. I'm not sure it's available anymore, but I've also used their Enzymion moisturizer for years, so has Alex. So the salt in this big shampoo comes from a salt pan in Portugal that borders a biodiverse rich wetland, and the suppliers that provide Lush with this salt work on helping to promote the abundant bird life there, the migratory paths, across the thousands of hectares of biodiverse rich ecosystems that make up this wetland, which is really, really cool. And this Good Karma Everybody Needs Some shower gel is happy skin for orangutan habitats. So the partner who provides the patchouli oil for this shower gel is demonstrating how to work with permaculture to preserve and conserve rainforest alongside growing crops. So where their demonstration farm is where rhinos, elephants and orangutans coexist in this beautiful green rich environment. I also use this beautiful Outback Mate soap which matches my nails. Oh, this is probably my favourite smell out of the three of them. Oh, that smells so good. What does that smell? I know it's got coconut oil in it. It's very citrusy and beautiful, and I just love Lush soaps. I don't think there are any better soaps out there. And this is from a supplier who is growing coconut oil in a biodiverse friendly way, because there is lots of deforestation happening in Indonesia. I've talked about palm oil before, and if it's not farmed sustainably, it's seriously damaging to the environment. So this is from a supplier who is trying to combat that. And they've got a number of wildlife support systems, one in particular which is supporting turtles. So basically it's protecting the spawning area of marine turtles, which is so cute. So yeah, it's just very nice to know that the products you're using are coming from places and using suppliers that are actually caring about nature. And coming away here kind of makes me feel like connected with nature, and you know how much nature means to me, how much it means to me in my life in general. So I try and extend that to my skincare, my body care and everything. I've been using cruelty-free and sustainable products for years now because it matters. It matters beyond your food, beyond your day-to-day products that you're using. It matters to think about where the ingredients are coming from and the brands that you're purchasing from, which is why I can always trust Lush things, because they really, really do care about where all of their suppliers are sourcing their ingredients, which is awesome. So I'm gonna wash out this hair mask and maybe do a little bit of pampering and make myself some breakfast because I'm so hungry. Post bath, I'm going to use this body conditioner called Rose Argan. So they basically work with a team of rangers who help to care for the land, ensuring that the forest where the Brazil nuts are harvested is secure from any illegal poaching, and enriching the area with native species in the Peruvian Amazon, which is just beautiful. And then on the back it says, damask rose petals are picked at dawn in Sanir, Turkey. The rose absolute and oil obtained from these petals soothes and calms skin. I could not think of anything more beautiful to put on my body right now. Let's smell this. I actually haven't tried this yet. Please focus. Please. Oh, that smells like just a beautiful perfume. I love rose so much. So much of it as well. Oh my god, this is so dreamy. I never do this. Does anyone else never bother to moisturize? Because I always just feel like I'm in a rush. This is such a good reminder to just not always be in a rush. I like really take care of my skin on my face, but I don't bother with my body because I just like, in the evenings I just do my skincare and get into bed, And I really want to, maybe this is a good reminder to start a routine of actually, I don't know, taking the time to do this sort of thing, because it's so nice. Oh, it smells so good. I'm all showered. I forgot to say, I'll leave all the products I use in this video linked down below for you to check out. I'm gonna make my breakfast now because I have been faffing. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I mean, that's quite nice though, isn't it? I have planned to have some toast with mushrooms and avocado. That is what I thought to have for breakfast, and I've got so much left over from last night that I'm probably just going to have that for lunch or for dinner. I don't really know yet, but this is kind of like a brunch. I suppose I can eat this, have a nice big meal, and then I'm thinking of going for a little wander. Part of me just wants to stay in this cabin and go nowhere, but then I think I probably should just go for a little stroll, work up a bit of an appetite, come back, have some lunch. And that's the extent of my plans. To drive here, I had to drive up a very windy, long road up the hill, so I don't really want to drive anywhere because I just want to stay here. And I think that this is something that I've reflected upon since getting older and traveling a lot more, is that, let me just put you down. I used to kind of write these intense itineraries almost. Well, I don't know if I've always done that. I would always at least think of what I could do when I went somewhere and try and like fit stuff in, or make sure that we're maximizing any time we have anywhere, like you know, going to the best restaurants, or, you know, going on walks and just finding places to go. And as I've got older, I realised that actually when I'm travelling, sometimes that's what I want to do. Sometimes I've got loads of energy and I'm like, yeah, I really want to get out there and explore. I want to like go and see all the places and maximise my time because I'm full of energy and I'm really excited. And other times I feel like it's an opportunity to just switch off, slow down, and actively being somewhere different from your home invites you to do that. And you don't have to explore the area, you don't have to go out and maximise filling your time with doing all these things just so you can say you've done them and you ticked it off a list. Being here in this cabin is an opportunity for me to switch off from the internet because the signal here is limited, to not do anything, to just read my book, to cook food, to drink coffee, to look at the view, go for a little stroll, and that's it. And I know it's a long way to come to do that, but sometimes that's part of the fun, part of the journey, is like driving there and going somewhere new. And I just try now to sort of, without sounding cheesy, leaning into like what I'm feeling right now. And especially as a woman, I like to talk about this because I do think it's increasingly relevant the older I get, that if you menstruate, then you have a cycle that your body changes with. So your mental and physical being literally changes as the month passes. I think that now, I think it's called your luteal phase. I think that that's what I'm in right now. So I've just ovulated and I'm moving into that phase where I'm feeling a bit more, you know, like maybe a bit more cozy, a bit more tired, a bit more slow, less energy, but also maybe feeling a bit more aggravated, a bit more irritable, a bit more tired. And that means that I feel like I just want to lie in this bed and read my book and drink tea and have some chocolate. And that's totally fine, because if I'd come here maybe a couple weeks later, I might have been really like keen to go on like a hike and go to some local towns or villages and explore Wales and explore the locations. Yeah, just a reflection I've had. And I think social media doesn't help with that kind of pressure to explore and go see the sights and go and visit everywhere and make sure you've ticked it off your list, because lots of like travel vloggers or Instagram pages, I see so many videos nowadays of really popular holiday locations or tourist attractions, and it just feels like a way to tick it off your list, when in reality you can just go there and relax. You don't have to go do things. So for my fellow people who are anxious or feel very impacted by their period, or like to just chill out, because my life is like quite go at home because of running my own business. You're kind of like always juggling things and having, I don't know, different things to do. So it's quite nice to just be here on my own, not have to think about my pets, not really have to think about work, just relax. So yeah, I'm gonna make breakfast now though, and you're my only person to you're my only person to talk to, so you're gonna get an earful, I can feel it. Breakfast or brunch is served. I've had a bite because I was filming a little video for maybe TikTok. It is toast, which I fried in the pan with pesto. Mushrooms, they're like wild mushrooms, which I also fried with pesto. Some sun-dried tomatoes and avocado with loads of sea salt and black pepper. And then I drizzled some extra pesto on top, and I cannot wait to eat this. This is my dream. I know it looks like a mountain of mess, but it's so good. Now I'm just realising how hungry I am. It's just got all my favourite things. I've got my coffee. It's still warm-ish. And then I picked up the Love Raw peanut butter cups because they don't really sell them anywhere near me. I don't have a Waitrose near me. There's one in Truro, but it's a long way away to go because it's like on the other side of Truro. Sometimes we order online, but I feel like Waitrose online doesn't have a lot of the stuff that they have in the shop, because when I went there yesterday, I had to restrain myself. I spent quite a lot of money. I mean, I know it's Waitrose, so I've probably got food in my face, but they have so much fun vegan food, and I could literally just do, I feel like I could do an entire video just reviewing Waitrose vegan food because it is insane. I could have spent so much more on just snacks and fun food. So they're like this little, I actually don't know what Reese's peanut butter cups are like because that's not a British thing, so I've never had one. Just delicious. The wind has calmed down, which is good. It's not the nicest weather, it's like cloudy, but it's kind of nice that it's cloudy. What time is it? It is 10:49. I'm on chapter 5 of Wuthering Heights. Look how interesting this is. So this is my book from college. It literally has, I think I just took it and never returned it, which is kind of bad. And I've got all these bookmarks, but the weirdest thing is they're not just normal bookmarks for note taking. They are all different. And at first I just thought that the book had fallen over and been like scuffed or whatever. But look, so it's like folded over twice here and then folded back. Same, and then that's folded over once. I would love to know what these meant, but they obviously meant different things. So this is folded over twice, that's folded over inwards, and then some of them are folded like this, like the whole page. There was a few at the start that were folded. I've uncreased it because I was reading it. But it was folded like this, so folded straight. And I know that this was the book that we studied for English Literature Language, which I did at A-level. Oh yeah, there you go. That was another one that's folded straight. This book had such an impact on me as a teenager. It was my favourite book, and I had never read a book like this, and I think it kind of opened my mind to this style of writing and just like the romanticism of it and how dark it is and how beautifully written it is, and it just opened my mind to this style of book. And I'd never had that experience with a book that I had to study, because every other book that I had to study for English I ended up just not liking because we had to study it so in depth that I resented it. This was the only book that I was like, I want to study this and read this again and again because I love it so much. So that's why I'm rereading it, because I don't think I've read it as an adult. But look at this. I want to know what it means, but it's quite nice when I read it. I wish I'd written in it, but obviously because it was a college book I couldn't. I have underlined things in pencil, but it does mean that when I'm reading it I'm paying attention to the bits that are underlined and also the folds to try and interpret what it could be. Kind of made me feel a bit like, I don't know, you know, you think about your younger self, and I was just like, how much hard work I put into that. It's kind of cute. Anyway, I'm gonna read this and hopefully no one else runs past. The only reason I wasn't scared then was because it was a woman and her son rather than a man. The whole night I was like a bit scared, but it's kind of nice. Like, I like that challenge of being outside of civilization, because I don't think we should be scared in nature, because nature is probably the least scary thing. I think if you're in a city you're far more at danger than you are in nature. Like, to be connected to nature like this and just be surrounded by trees, like, I should feel safe. Because it's just beautiful, but who knows if I'm actually gonna go out there. I just want to be a hermit and read my book. Still raining out here. But I felt like I hadn't been outside yet, and I ought to. I might tip this water out. Honestly, sitting in there whilst it rained was one of the most relaxing things I've ever experienced, and you can hear the birds. I kind of love being in the rain. You know, my hair's wet anyway. Did I show you this view yesterday? Wales is beautiful. I just want to stay here. This is my new home. The simplicity. I'm like starting to understand why people build tiny homes and live in vans. There's definitely like the grass is greener, but like the fact that you have so much less stuff to think about. I guess this is not reality, is it, on holiday? Even just the simplicity of cooking and knowing that you've just got like limited stuff makes me want to go home and just get rid of loads of stuff. All I can smell is my shampoo and the body cream. That's actually motivation enough to start using body lotion more, because I mean, I don't think I've used one that's the smell stays for so long. Usually when I put body lotion on, it smells when you put it on and then it doesn't smell anymore. But this is like, oh, it's so nice. I want to try this. This is their Sweet Wild Orange Hand Balm, and it looks as beautiful as it smells. And the soya oil is from Germany, I think. Soya is actually really good for pollinators. Oh my gosh. Wow, that smells so good. So the supply they use for the soya oil for this hand balm uses pesticide-free growing methods, which is obviously extremely important for the environment to avoid pesticides. And apparently when they inherited the farm, they moved away from animal agriculture to plant farming. And by doing so, they're kind of leading the way and showing how other farmers can move away from the kind of more carbon intensive farming, animal agriculture, into diverse plant farming, and how positive that can be. Because animal farming is very climate intensive, as you know. I'm still rubbing this in, so yeah, it's important. That has like chilled me out. Do you know what, the rain happening just then, I like to look at things that happen in the world as signs. I know not everyone's like this. Alex is not like this at all. Every time I tell him this, he's like, yeah. But when I have, I like to, when things happen, see them as signs. I don't do this extensively, obviously, because it can become a bit negative if you start thinking of everything as a sign. But if it rains and I've decided that I'm gonna like relax inside, then I just like to see it as a sign from the universe, from nature, saying, yes, you made the right choice. I'm gifting you this beautiful rainfall so you can relax and curl up and read your book. And that's what I felt like just then. I'm like devouring this book and I really want to finish it, but I just realised I took the memory card with me, and Alex is supposed to be editing the video with all the footage on it on the memory card that I'm using, and so I might need to do a bit of editing. I didn't really want to do work while I was here, but if the video needs to go up on Thursday, but then maybe I just, you know, I'd rather relax here actually, and the more I think about it, I'd rather just relax here, and then when I get home on Wednesday, I would rather just stay up and edit the video, or help me and Alex work on it when we get back, because I want to like maximise my time here actually like switching off. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that anyway. Looks like I'm not going for a walk until the rain stops. It looks like it's going to, but yeah, more time in the bed. Still inside. I do plan on going out soon because it has stopped raining, and I looked on the map and those mountains over there that look quite dark, can you see? It doesn't really show up on camera, but those are the Black Mountains, which if you're from Wales you might like, well obviously Maddie, but yeah, this was kind of like a last minute thing and I didn't actually know where I was going. So I've just made myself a cheese toastie, grilled cheese as you would say in America. We would call it a cheese toastie, but I fried it on the frying pan, which makes me think I need to do this more at home because it tastes so good when you fry it. And the Cathedral City cheese isn't the best for melting, but it tastes really good. Yeah, it does taste better when you fry it because it's got that crispy outside and soft on the inside. The sourdough bread as well. Seriously yummy. Yeah, it was raining and then I was a bit hungry, so I was like, I should probably eat and then go out. Those are the Black Mountains. I'm not gonna go climb the Black Mountains. I'm gonna go for a little walk. I looked up the footpaths. I always use footpathmap.com or OS Maps as an app on my phone, but it's not working right now because I don't know my login. I'm just gonna literally just walk around here just for like maybe half an hour, and then come back. I fell asleep. Look at my nose. Oh, that was amazing. You know, I haven't had a nap in the afternoon in so long. And I used to love having naps. It used to be one of my favourite things to do. Oh, just, you know, that time of day, which actually I found out recently is actually a part of our circadian rhythm, that at around 3 PM everyone feels tired, and that used to be when people used to nap. So like people used to sleep where they would sleep in the evening until like midnight or so. Oh my gosh, what bird is that? Oh my gosh, I legitimately think that was, well, it's not an eagle. Oh my god, what is that? Look. Oh, you can't see it, it's gone behind. Look. Please, can someone tell me what bird that is? It's massive. That's not a buzzard because buzzards are much smaller than that, and they're like brown. That was like, what bird is that? It's a very big, very big bird. Yeah, our circadian rhythm, apparently the way that we used to sleep was we would sleep post supper or post dinner until like midnight, 1 in the morning or so, and then we would wake up for a few hours and then have supper in the middle of the night. Like that's when apparently people used to get lots of things done, like they would tidy the house or prepare food for the next day, or yeah, do cleaning, that kind of thing, in the middle of the night, and then they would go back to sleep and then wake up for the morning, and then they would have a nap in the afternoon, which now I think about it makes so much more sense. Like how great would that be to live your life that way? Also because I guess that's in a way what some children do, like children will wake up in the night, so it probably is partly to do with that. Anyway, our bodies like biologically are built to get tired at this time of day, so that was dreamy. I fell asleep for about an hour. It's still raining, so it doesn't make me feel like I particularly want to go out, but maybe in an hour or so I'll be bored again. But I'm loving just lying around doing nothing. It's just so alien to me recently. I haven't been doing this enough, so this is just glorious. To have a view like this just invites me to stay inside and just chill out, because I can see birds and see the beautiful landscape and nature and be immersed in it without having to go anywhere. It's just fantastic because it's raining. I think I definitely do want to go out, even literally just for 20 minutes, just to have a wander. It's a bit of a shame not to. Maybe in the morning before I head off I could go for an actual walk, because I have to check out I think at 11. My nose is so hilariously red. But I think I'm going to do a bit more reading, you know, because why not? So I've decided I'll go out. I can't decide right now whether I'm just going to walk around here or whether I'm going to go in the car. I've looked on All Trails. It's a really helpful app for walks, obviously. And obviously this is an area where people go on serious hikes. I was just looking and there's like so many hikes that are, you know, hours and hours. You can go all day long and hike for a long time up mountains, kind of like the Lake District, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That requires preparation, and I don't think that I would want to do that on my own either. But I did look and select easy, and 11 minutes away in the car there is a walk. So it's called Pen Ear Hill Chapel Circular. Laugh at my Welsh pronunciation. 2 mile circular trail near Brecon Powys. Generally considered an easy route, it takes an average of 43 minutes to complete. This trail is great for hiking, running and walking. There's like waterfalls as well, like 2 miles away. Maybe I could go look at a waterfall tomorrow before I leave. Hay Bluff, 1 mile out and back trail near Hay-on-Wye. That's the closest village I think that I mentioned yesterday. Generally considered a moderately challenging route, it takes an average of 58 minutes to complete. This is a very popular area for birding, hiking and walking, so you're likely to encounter other people while exploring. So I think you essentially just climb up a hill. Yeah, I think I'll go there. That sounds like fun. It says moderate. Preview trail. Oh look, that's neat. It's literally up a hill, up a mountain. Oh no, that's not the actual trail. This is telling you to download and pay for the app. Oh look, it's even got reviews. This is not an advert. I'm gonna decide where I'm going and then I'll get back to you. Sometimes I get really annoyed about being a woman, especially when it comes to walking. I have this issue when I walk Roxy that I'll like be going through the woods and I'll switch off and I'll be like, oh, this is so relaxing, this is so nice. And then I have this sudden thought of, oh no, last week I heard about this woman who literally got murdered in a woods, you know, going on a walk or whatever. And so I need to take my headphones out and check and not go too far. And I hate having this feeling because I can see a man, probably a completely innocent man, maybe he literally owns this place or works here. He's doing some sort of like work over there. I can see him kind of walking back and forth, so he's doing something. But because of being a woman, you can't help but second guess stuff. And because I'm on my own, I just wish we could live in a world where we didn't have to worry. You know, makes me sad. Made it to the car, so fingers crossed I don't meet too many cars and I don't have to reverse because I get nervous about reversing in a new car. Start, I can connect this to Apple Play. It's cool, the car when I got here it lit up as if it was like hello, because I had the key on me. It's a keyless car. Keyless as in you don't have to plug the key in as long as you've got it on you. So use Apple CarPlay. Perfect. Good job I bought the spare battery because my battery just died. This is the only place I can put you. Whoa, okay, that's not gonna work. Just got here and you can see the mountains. You see them? And driving here reminded me so much of where
wait a moment.
Oh, yeah, it reminded me so much of where I grew up. So I grew up on Bodmin Moor, and this is just like Minions. The drive where all the sheep and the road is like flat to the moorland, it just looks the same, but obviously this is in mountains, so it's much more hilly. If you're from Cornwall, maybe you've been there, the Cheese Ring, there is like a hill there, and there's also Brown Willy, which is a bit further up, I think. I've climbed Brown Willy before, which is a really funny name, but it really reminds me, so it feels like I've come home. Wales is like obviously a Celtic country, so it has similar landscape to Cornwall to a degree. So yeah, I'm excited. There's a couple cars here, someone just parked up, so I'm gonna get everything on my phone so I know where I'm going, and then I'm gonna start walking. And oh my gosh, the most Welsh thing happened when I was driving here. There were sheep on the road and I had to drive following them for like 5 minutes. I felt really bad because I was essentially herding them away from their field probably, but I couldn't do anything. They eventually though, they climbed up the hedge a bit and I managed to get past them. I must admit, I'm a little confused. It's literally telling me just to walk straight up. I swear this was an easy hike. That's literally just walking straight up the side, like, of a mountain, just... What? I guess maybe the perspective makes it look worse than it is when you're actually walking it. What the heck? I'm confused. I guess this is what you do, but how is this going to take me half an hour? I guess it gets harder, but I'm like already halfway. Is it literally just that? The view will be good. So this section has eroded. So I need to go this way. But look at the view, halfway up. Wow. Made it to the top. There's loads of paths beyond this. That took, I think it is more than 24 minutes. Hello. So I think it is quicker than 50, I think it's 58 minutes because walking down will be faster. That was great. Nice and quick. If I lived here, I'd take Roxy here all the time. What a great dog walk. I mean, these views. It's like, it's really like the cheese ring and Bodmin Moor, just on an insane scale. I'll see you at the bottom, it's very windy. Woo! So that was 42 minutes, so not quite as long as I thought it would be, which is good. So 42 minutes, 2.46 kilometers, 205 meters elevation gain. Max elevation 678 meters max. That was lovely, and I tracked it on all trails. Maybe I can share the link. Activity saved. How was the trail? I would give that trail 4 out of 5 because it was lovely, but it was short. Oh, I can add photos. That's cute. It was a bit like you couldn't go straight up, so I think it needs to be corrected. I'll add that little photo. How cute though. Done. I like jogged a little bit on the way down because it's really fun to run down a hill. I think if you were a trail runner that would be amazing because you could run up and down. I'm gonna go home now and have my dinner, and I've got it already cooked. I was going to cook a different dinner. I bought like the delicious Liella Plants ravioli, is it? Ravioli? Something like that, I've forgotten the name of it. Like sondre, tomato and basil, but there's really no point. I've got a yummy dinner from last night that I can finish off. I think my mum might have landed. My parents are, oh yeah, look, she just sent me a message. My parents are flying to Canada to see my auntie, no, my auntie, my uncle and my grandma. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll probably remember post travelling to Southeast Asia, me and Alex went to Canada, to Prince Edward Island for about a month, and my parents, oh, I just sent a photo of Daddy. That's where my grandma and my uncle live, Prince Edward Island. We emigrated to Canada when I was 1 year old and then returned because my dad didn't love it and he couldn't get a job there easily. And I just think that, I think we were there for about 6 months, maybe a year, I've forgotten. But it just didn't work out, so we came home. And then I think a few years after that, that's when we moved to Cornwall because I was born in Surrey, fun fact. So we wanted to go this year, but just didn't work out. So they're going, just the two of them. And maybe next year we can go. My grandma's getting quite old now. She's, I think, 94, maybe 95. So yeah, I would love to go next year for sure. This year it was just, there's too many things happening. But yeah, I think they're going to have a great time. They're there for about 3 weeks. So we're going to have Elmo and Willow for I think a few days this week. Which will be interesting because we've got Zeus and Willow does not like Zeus. Yeah, what a perfect day. What a perfect way to spend a day. Sometimes when you spend time in solitude, you realise how important it is. And I obviously live with Alex. I work with my family. I suppose nowadays I'm not spending as much time by myself when I used to spend a lot of time by myself. I suppose I do spend time by myself. Like in the evenings, I always go to bed a bit earlier than Alex, and then he comes up like an hour or two after I've kind of got into bed, and I just sort of maybe watch a bit of TV or do a bit of reading, and then he comes up. So I do have like a couple of hours in the evening where I'm like by myself before Alex comes up. But generally speaking, I'm always with Alex, or I'm always with like my sister or my brother-in-law, and then I work with my friend Ali, and I see my parents a lot. I go to the gym by myself, which is really nice, but I think it's really important in a relationship especially to have time alone, and as an adult to go on solo trips. This has actually inspired me because I want to do this more. I feel like this is something I could start doing because it's so relaxing, because every human is very different and has a different temperament, different needs, different wants. And so to just have a holiday where you're just doing entirely what you want to do is extremely relaxing, because maybe if I'd been here with Alex, he might have wanted to go out in the morning. Not that he usually does. He would have been perfectly happy with lying around all day. You know what I'm saying. If I had wanted to go out in the morning, he wanted to relax. It's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that you may have a different idea of what you'd like to do that day. You're in a different mood, or you've got a different tiredness level, and it's quite nice to just do what you want. Even just eating the food you want, like just cooking the meal you want to cook, watching. I haven't really watched anything, so there's no signal, but you know, just being completely by yourself and taking your time is really relaxing. So I'm going to do this more for sure. I'm thinking this is something I should do at least once a year, go away by myself. And I feel like I should encourage Alex to try it too. I think I would love to do this though with Roxy. I would love to go on a holiday by myself with Roxy, and there's so many places in the UK to go to, like so many places even in the southwest, like Dartmoor, and travelling more in Wales, even going to places like near Brighton. There's just so many places I've not explored that would be so great. So I might start doing this more, you know, and doing it by myself, because independence is very important. It's very important in a relationship that you both are like two individuals just kind of working together, and we live together, we work together, so it's really great to have this time. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go home now. I keep on saying I'm gonna go home, and then I'm still chatting to you. I've also just realised 1000% that probably for the entire day I've had something in my tooth. I literally haven't even looked in the mirror today enough. I've got stuff down here. What's this from? This is from lunch or breakfast. Great. The reason I noticed is because I was looking at this picture I just sent my family, and I noticed that there was something in my teeth, and I've vlogged probably with that the whole day. Sorry. Ever since I've had Invisalign and I've had composite bonding, stuff does get stuck in my teeth. I need to whiten my teeth again, I think. This one's a bit discoloured. Anyway, Maddie, shut up. Home sweet home. Good evening. I've had my dinner. I don't know if I vlogged it. It was just the same as the night before. And I have actually scrolled on my phone. I haven't actually done that much since I've been here because the signal's horrendous, and I've been reading and just relaxing, but I don't know. I recently have been trying not to make myself feel guilty when I scroll on TikTok and I'm just sitting there watching funny, happy videos that make me laugh. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not doing it in a way that means you're just like, you know, sometimes I will do it where I scroll for far too long and it's because I'm feeling sad, but I think that if I'm just chilling out, it's like a really nice thing to do. Anyway, I'm using the fresh face mask called Don't Look At Me from Lush. I haven't tried this one before. So this face mask I brought along with me because I knew I wanted to have an evening where I did a face mask and just pampered myself. This has murmuru butter, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the origin is Brazil. And this is again from a supplier that protects native rainforests and biodiversity. They're supporting the livelihoods of local people whilst also protecting the trees and keeping the forest standing. So I'm gonna put this on. I've actually really loved learning about, oh, this is an interesting texture. It's got something exfoliating in there. Oh, that smells like, oh my gosh, what is, I'm so bad at identifying smells. Oh, there's a really specific smell. What is it? What is it? Cucumber. It smells like cucumber, which is just what you want in a face mask. I've actually really loved learning about where all of these ingredients come from. I think, isn't that refreshing? To buy a product and know where the ingredients have come from. And if you didn't know, look how vibrant that is. Oh, so cool. If you didn't know already, Lush also has a bring it back scheme where you can return the pots. They've been doing that for years. They were definitely one of the first to do that. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but I know it's become more popular to have refill schemes and returning your pots or your product to the shop, or to the person who sells it. But I've always known Lush to do that, and I feel like they were pioneers in that area. Like, it doesn't feel like they're doing it because it's trendy. They've always done it because they care. And I swear it says on the bottom, doesn't it? Woo, I'm spilling it everywhere. Well, I just know that that's a thing that I've known about the whole time I've bought from Lush. There you go. And what I also sometimes do if I don't return the pot, I have used Lush pots for years to travel with. So I will reuse the pot and put conditioner or whatever and travel with it. This is so pretty. I really like a face mask that's pretty. I think also if you bring back your packaging to Lush, they give you 50p towards buying something else, which is cool. I'm gonna rinse my hands. So I hope you've enjoyed me chatting about Lush and sharing where all the ingredients have come from. I love them as a company. They're a company that cares about supporting fair trade and community trade initiatives, and caring about the environment, caring about the supply chain being ethical, that it's connecting to nature and working symbiotically with nature. They're just icons. I love you, Lush. So thank you for working with me, and I've loved using all these products. I've smelt heavenly today, even though no one's been here to smell me. So I am gonna go to bed now and read my book, and maybe I'll see you in the morning, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just drive home or say goodbye to this place because it has been a dream staying here. Is the sun setting? Let me show you the sunset. I think it has set, but it's kind of on the horizon. Look how gorge. I'm gonna miss that view. You know, Unyoked, if you want to sell me this place, except you're not selling it to me, you're giving it to me for free, and I can come here and live here, then I'm up for it. I'll link this place actually, Unyoked, below if you want to stay here or at their other places. I know they have different places in the UK, not just in Wales, and I swear they have them in Australia. But I'll put the information down below because it's a very, very cool idea. So go check it out if you're into that kind of switching off and connecting with nature and everything, because I know that lots of you will be. That's it, I'm off. Goodbye to this beautiful, beautiful bed. Goodbye to this adorable composting toilet. Oh, it's so gross. I feel sorry for... Oh, it's gross. I put loads of sawdust down there. Just to make sure. Yeah, only issues I don't know what to do with this yogurt. I opened this yogurt, but it doesn't come with a plastic lid. Oh, they might have foil. Problem solved. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. I stripped the bed. Also like to help the cleaners out because I used to be a cleaner. Oh, have I checked the fridge for the last few bits? That's whoopsie. Oops. So I'm back in the car, ready to go home, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again to Lush for sponsoring it. I'll leave all the links to the products I mentioned in this video down below, so definitely go have a look at them. And some of my favourites. And I'm gonna go home to Alex and Bobby and Zeus and Frankie. I think it's a 4.5 hour drive, so it'll probably take me like 5 or 6 hours because I've got to charge the car. Though the range on this car is pretty good, so I'm at 62% now, so I'm gonna stop at the first services and hopefully have a fast charger, and then I can just go home. But yeah, I'm gonna miss this place, and I'll also leave a link to Unyoked if you want to check them out. Thanks to them for having me. I've had such a great time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.